What's up YouTube, it's PJ, and I'm back for another video. So, it's been a couple weeks since I really put out a video, and I want to apologize for that. Um, the end of the summer is always hectic because I go on my mission trip towards the end of July, and then I go back into school prep mode. Today is actually my first day of school. Um, so technically I'm a senior, even though I've got um, 3 semesters before I finish. So I've got the 2 semesters of this year and then the first semester of next year. Um, but it's a really exciting time for me because I'm, uh, like I said, I went on a mission trip with Johnny and friends at the end of July. That's always exciting time that gets me pumped up, and it did a little bit more than pump me up this year, and I'll explain a little bit about that um, really soon. Um, maybe in this video, I don't know. So, but then like I told you guys a couple videos ago, I've rotated onto pastoral staff um, at a church about 30 minutes away in Georgia. Um, it's 30 with stoplights. If we didn't have stoplights, it would probably be about 20. So I got back from my mission trip, and then a week later, I preached my first sermon. So I prepped for that, and that went well. I assume that went well. Everybody who's heard it or was there said it did. Um, so, and then the ministry I work for outside of church and outside of Johnny and Friends uh, is doing our first um, big national um, conference that we are hosting in September. So I've been doing a bunch of stuff with that. I've been talking to vendors. I've been helping get volunteers out. I've been helping or get volunteers signed up. I've been helping get some promotional stuff done through my connections with school and with Moody Radio. Um, so, uh, on top of getting ready for school and on top of just having to make sure um, the house doesn't fall around us because it's just me and my sister now. We both work, we both go to school, so at some point we have to find that balance of, hey, one, we need to make sure stuff at the house gets done, but two, we just need to be a 24-year-old and a 18-year-old and have some fun. So, but through the hectic last couple weeks, God's really shown me some stuff and been working on me. Like this morning, school did something they've never done before in my previous 4 years of being a Moody distance learning student. Um, they live streamed the academic convocation from campus that the campus students get to go to, so that the distance learning students like me could feel involved. And to be honest, I've never really felt as fired up to start a school year as I did this morning. As I was watching that and listening to our new um, school president and all the academic deans of different programs, not all of them spoke, but a couple of them did. uh, I've never been so fired up, and part of that may be because I am 3 semesters from being done. It's time to get down and get busy. I've had some struggles in past semesters, but now, um, really more than ever, I'm immersed in the field that I want to go into. I'm on a pastoral staff, getting to uh, help make decisions on directions uh, directions of ministry, and I'm on a planning committee for this conference. I'm speaking at this conference. I'm in charge of the making sure the vendors are happy once they get there, because my boss won't be able to because she's speaking like 4 times that weekend. Um, so that's all been passed off to me. I see my fingerprints on stuff um, that I've never had the opportunity to, or not that I've never had the opportunity to feel, feel and see before, but it's not like just opinion stuff. It's actually, no, this needs to happen in order for this to happen, or we need to talk to this person so this can happen. It's actually game changing stuff. Um, so God has really been working on me the last couple weeks, and I want to thank you guys for your patience and prayers um, with me, because some of the stuff He's been working on me with has to do with this channel and how I interact with you guys and what that might look like 6 months to a year down the road. Um, I'm not ready to share those details yet because I'm still working on some things. But, and don't worry, I'm not going away. I'm not stopping YouTube. I just want to shift, well, not not even really shift my focus, but streamline and adapt how that focus comes out to you guys and to others who may watch. So if you're not subscribed to this channel already, go ahead and click that subscribe button and share the channel, because there's some really awesome stuff that I'm working on that is getting ready to happen. So personally, professionally, life's starting to click. Life really feels like it's honestly never felt. Um, it's really starting to come together. My vision that I've had for years and years is finally starting to clear up, and I'm finally starting to see um, where God really wants me. To that end, I'll go ahead and bring this up because this will shift how the channel goes as well. A bunch of you know that I served as a Johnny and Friends intern for the summer back in 2017. That's how I got connected with the current office I volunteer with in Knoxville. But the last couple of years, I stepped away from, and the way their internships work is there's no limit on how many times you can apply, as long as you're in in high school or college, you can apply, and even after that, there's professional internships. So, but I had a discussion with the internship team after that first year in 2017, and they're like, we think you need to step away from this aspect uh, for a little while and learn from the office in Knoxville and sharpen your skills at the local level, because it's not like you're really trying to figure out what disability ministry is. You already know that. Obviously, you're really good at what you do. But there's more you can learn that internship next year wouldn't necessarily teach you, because what we do is basic stuff. But in a couple years, if you want to apply again, go ahead. So I took their advice, and for the last 2 years, I've just been a straight volunteer. Well, this year at camp, at the end of camp, it really hit me that because of some things that happened during that last internship, just like everything in life, uh, it, that had its ups and downs, um, and I really didn't feel like I got to show my full potential and go at it at my own terms. Um, as far as how I finished, I started on my own terms and learned a lot. And even though I didn't get to finish, I got to learn a lot about myself and how certain leadership styles work. um, but it felt to me like I've got some unfinished business, um, and since I want to work for Johnny and Friends full time after school, if God opens the doors, I felt like it was time to maybe reapply. So I called my mom in Florida and talked to her, and then talked to my boss at the ministry, and then I talked to my pastor at the church that I work for, um, and said, okay, while I'm here, I will give 110% to what we want to do and what we want to try and build. But I also feel like I need to go um, apply for another Cause for Life internship and see what happens. Um, so it could either go one or two ways. I could bring the skills, the refined skills, back here when I'm done, um, or um, this happens sometimes too. If you're close to getting done with your school, or if you are done with school, sometimes they will say, hey, when you get done, or if you are done, this department needs a this department needs an extra body, or this office needs an extra body. Would you be interested? That doesn't happen all the time. I think I've heard about 3 or 4 people that's happened to, but it's a possibility. So I was like, okay, one, I can go refine my skills and earn new skills that I don't have. 2, it gets my face out there for one of 2 things. I remind them who I am on a larger stage, so when I am done next December, I can go apply. Or they could say, hey, you're 6 months from being done. Since you're a distance learning student, will you be willing to move here or do this or do that? So, there's a million different ways that could end up. Are you okay with me possibly being gone the entire summer? And all the parties that it would affect said, yes, go do you. We will support you. We will pray for you. We will help you raise support so you can go wherever you want to go. So last week, I applied again. Now I'm in limbo, and should know whether I'm in cycle within a week and a half. And then the process of interviewing with potential landing spots starts. And that is probably the most agonizing part of the process, because until you know where you're going, you don't know when you're going or how much you're going to need, because like I've said in other videos, you have to raise your own support just like a missionary. You are basically going on field, which is missionary lingo for you're going to the mission field for the entire summer. Now, in my case, that would probably be, or hopefully be domestic, but it's still the same way, because you have to, if you get a host family, you have to provide food money for them, because you're basically becoming an extra member of the household for the summer. If you don't and get a place where you're in a dorm or hotel situation, you have to provide funds for that. Johnny and Friends takes care of most of that, but you have to raise it for them to have access to, if that makes any sense. So there's a bunch of things going on. Um, Making some, praying about some red stuff, the ministry project that a friend and I started for Johnny and Friends, for our local office, in Knoxville. My goal for that has always to one day, make that Johnny and Friends wide thing. So that is always in the back of my head. How can I make Red better? How can I make Red stronger? And how can I just help this ministry that I love so much and has meant so much to me, as a kid and now as a volunteer who, just working with them is my passion, is my goal, just as much as getting back to sports is a want and a goal. uh, it's basically the same way. How can I make myself better so one day I can achieve my goals? And that's where this channel comes in. I get a chance to share my story to motivate others to get motivated by others, because I get messages from a couple people all the time telling me how great the videos are and giving me feedback on those videos. So if you have feedback on the video, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments or message me follow the Facebook page, PJ Crouch YouTube. Not Facebook. My Instagram link is on the channel banner. Click and follow me there, and get to know me on a more personal level, you might say. Um, so yeah, there's some awesome things happening, and I appreciate you guys being along for the ride. Uh, because being able to share what God does through my life and what God has done in my life is the ultimate goal of all this. It's not to get the pat on the back. I've lived that life. It stinks. It straight up sucks. Because you're striving to make yourself better, but you're striving to make yourself better for the wrong reasons. Um, so I wanted to jump on here, spend a few minutes, let you guys know that I am not dead. I am not gone from YouTube. I've just been grinding about some things, and um, so and I'm still grinding, and hopefully those things that I'm grinding on, that I'm gonna share a little bit later, will make the channel better. So like I say at the end of all my videos almost, disability never sleeps, so till the job gets done, neither will I. And I will see you guys soon.